afternoon and welcome to Center Grove High School as the Center Grove Trojans host the Franklin Central Flashes. Hello everyone, Kevin Conrad along with Rick Sauter. We welcome you to Center Grove Boys Basketball, proudly presented by Indy Honda. Rick Sauter today, Franklin Central, a potential sectional opponent. This should be quite a matchup. On paper, this could go right down to the wire.
I agree with you, Kevin. I'm looking forward to this game because this is really going to be one of the top teams in the sectional. We haven't seen them this year, and they are really well spread out. They have 5 players that score in 8 points a game or more. Not deep, but led by, and they have a freshman that's really good, Jalen Hooks, 6'7", and this will be a tough on the Trojans, but this could be one we win. They've started out 9-2. Franklin Central has since been 1-4. They played some tough teams, but they're looking for a win also. But let's see if Trojans, they play like they did the other day against Warren Central. I think we got a good shot.
I felt like against Warren Central on Thursday night, we saw the Trojans take a step forward with their overall play. Again, you want to continue to improve as the season progresses. Obviously, your goal is to be playing your best basketball come state tournament time, and obviously the Trojans play in the most difficult conference in the state of Indiana in that MIC conference, so trying to win in the MIC is always very challenging each and every year, and I felt like against Warren Central, conference opponent, Center Grove, they make a play or two down the stretch, Rick, they get the win.
I agree with you. I mean, we were right with them. We did pretty well with their press through the game. We blocked out pretty well, and we played excellent defense. So if we can play that defense again today, it'd be good to get somebody like Ben Cooney, who had a great game on Thursday night, going again. But we need to get some outside shooters going. Charlie Bemis hit a couple in that second half, and so did Landon Hackard. We need to get them hot today to take them, not have them force everything on our big guys down low.
Center Grove on the season, 6 wins, 9 losses here on the home court, 2 wins, 4 losses. On the road, 3-4. Neutral court, 1-1. Center Grove 0-5 in conference play. The Trojans have lost 3 straight, so they're trying to snap that losing streak here today. Coach Zach Hahn now in his 6th year as head coach of the Trojans, 86 wins, 59 losses. And Coach Hahn has had great success against Franklin Central. He has a record of 6-1 against the Flashes. For Franklin Central, they stand at 10-6 overall, 4-3 on the road, 4-2 at home, 2-1 on a neutral court. They play in the Hoosier Crossroads Conference. They're tied for 5th place at the moment with a record of 2-3, and they've lost 4 of their last 5 games. So you got 2 teams searching for wins here today, and then you got the head coach, Chris Byers, for Franklin Central, now in his 1st year. 10 wins, 6 losses, but this is his 6th year as a head coach. 109 wins, 34 losses. He coached 1 year at Martinsville and won a sectional back in 2013. Then he spent 4 years as a head coach at Warren Central, and he had that dynamite team in 2018 when they went 32-0 and won the Class 4A state championship. And then this past summer, Coach Byers was the Indiana All-Star coach. He coached Trace Jackson Davis, Mr. Basketball from Center Grove, and they swept that series against Kentucky. So Chris Byers, one of the best in the business. And we both have now concluded pregame warm-ups. And they're going to take a picture here at midcourt. Today is Basketball Day, Indiana. So a picture with the banner with both Franklin Central and Center Grove at midcourt before we get to today's starting lineups. A great day of basketball, Rick Sauter. We got the boys game, Center Grove, Franklin Central, and of course later tonight at 7:30, the sectional championship between the Lady Trojans and the Lady Flashes.
That's right, Kevin. Should be exciting tonight. You got to kind of conserve your voice a little bit too, doing doubleheader here today. I'm not doing the later one with you, but that should be a barn burner tonight. I think the Center Grove girls are playing really well right now. They're definitely the favorites going into tonight's sectional championship.
Thank you, Fox Sports Indiana and the IHSA for the opportunity.
In the junior varsity contest earlier today, Franklin Central beat Center Grove in a close one, 47-45 your final. Now time for our national anthem here at the Vandy Gym. are the starting lineups for today's game. First, for the visiting Franklin Central Flashes. Number 10 is Benny Aguian, a junior, 6'2", averaging 10 points a ball game and 6 rebounds per game. Number 11, Mason Gonzalez, junior, 5'11", averaging 10 points per game. Number 12 is Javon Small, junior, 5'11". He leads the way for the Flashes at 16 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, and leads the team in assists with 5. Number 14 is Jalen Hooks, fantastic freshman, 6'7", averaging 10 points a ball game and 4 rebounds per game. Number 24 is Brian Marshall, sophomore at 6'2", averaging 4 points a game and 3 rebounds per game. Starting today for the Center Grove Trojans. Number 1, junior guard Landon Hacker, 5'11", averaging 10 points per game. Number 10 is junior forward Charlie Bemis at 6'3", averaging 5 points per game and 4 rebounds per game. Number 20 is senior Ben Cooney, playing in the middle at 6'6", averaging 5 points per game and 2 rebounds per game. Number 22, sophomore guard Tyler Cerny at 6'1", averaging 5 points a game and 2 rebounds per game. And the freshman, number 2, Marcus Ankney, getting his third start. He stands at 5'11", averaging 4 points a game and 3 rebounds per game. The series between Center Grove and Franklin Central, this is the 78th meeting. Franklin Central leads the series against the Trojans 42-35. However, Center Grove has won the last 5 against Franklin Central, with the last meeting coming here last year at the Center Grove sectional. The Trojans beat the Flashes 48-42. Ben Cooney will tip it up for the Center Grove Trojans against the freshman Jalen Hooks. And Rick, we've heard a lot about Jalen Hooks.
We have. He's a big-time player. College coaches, be watching him. He's on their radar already, so he's only going to get better.
Coach Hahn says he's the real deal. And they're going to try an alley-oop dunk right to Jalen Hooks to begin today's game, and he puts it down.
Well, you weren't sure he's a real deal. You do now, right after that play. That was a well-set-up play by Franklin Central off the tip.
Well-designed play. Franklin Central takes the early 2-0 lead. Again, that's Jalen Hooks, freshman, 6'7", averaging 10 points a game, 4 rebounds. Puts that down with authority. Now the Trojans turn it over. Here comes Franklin Central on the attack. They go to Hooks underneath. They rotate it around the perimeter. Boy, they move the ball quickly. 3 ball is good. What a good start here for Franklin Central. Aguian hits the 3, and it's 5-zip Franklin Central.
Well, you're right, Kevin. They really moved that ball nicely. Well coached, and they found the open man. Aguian knocked it down. It's 5-0 already.
Chris Byers, first-year head coach at Franklin Central. Again, he spent 4 years at Warren Central. Won the state title back in 2018, undefeated, 32-0. Reverse layup good by Ben Cooney. He gets on the board for the Trojans. 5-2, Center Grove down 3.
Good to see Ben get started early. He was our leader last week. Let's see, or last night, Thursday night, I'm sorry. Let's see if we can do it again.
Whistle, traveling called against Jalen Hooks, the freshman. And Rick, you see Franklin Central, full court pressure.
Yeah, they're doing a little bit what Warren did. They're really ball hawking as it comes in to see if they can get a steal off of it, and then they back off a little bit, trying to spend some time also.
Again, Franklin Central won a close one against Center Grove in the JV contest in the first game today. Final score there, 47-45. JV team for Center Grove now 11-3. Over the last 36 games for Center Grove JV, now 33-3.
Yeah, that's amazing. Nice program.
Jalen Hooks short on the 3. Marshall with the rebound. His shot doesn't go. Cerny pulls it down for CG. So the Trojans really going with a 3-guard starting lineup with Ankney and Hacker along with Cerny. Hacker takes it strong down the lane. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Nice try by Landon. He took it in strong and saw he's probably going to get fouled, but was able to get that shot off. And when he's going to get banged around, almost got a chance for a 3-point play, but he'll get 2 shots.
Aguian called for the personal foul, his first, team's first, and the free throw by the 82% free throw shooter. Make that 83%. He's got it up a tick. 83% free throw shooter in Landon Hacker. His first point makes it now a 5-3 and make it now 5-4. Center Grove down 1 as he hits both free throws. So the Flash is here today for a doubleheader. The boys right now Later tonight, Franklin Central here to take on Center Grove in the girls sectional championship game, and Javon Small, too easy, driving to the basket.
You're right, Kevin. We just didn't get in front of him, and he took out the hole, kind of maybe expecting somebody to come over and help. We didn't have any help.
Lady Trojans tonight going for their 22nd sectional title in school history. You see Cooney again scoring. He's so good around the basket. He's got 4 points. It's 7-6. Center Grove down 1, and Chris Byers calls a 30-second timeout for Franklin Central. He is not happy with the Flash's defensive effort, especially in the half court.
I agree, Kevin. I think we've twice gotten into Ben Cooney for pretty easy layups, and I don't know. He's not very happy with, I think, everybody on that team for not letting him get it in that easily, and then nobody come over to help.
Special congratulations to the Center Grove Middle School North 8th grade boys basketball team, and also to the Center Grove Middle School Central 7th grade basketball team, both 2020 Johnson County Tournament champs.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Future looks bright.
It does. With the JV team being strong again, we're very young, but this will be a team we're going to have to reckon with next year, too. Every one of their starters are underclassmen.
Rick, the 1956 Center Grove boys team is here in attendance today. They will be honored at halftime. They won the Johnson County tournament back in 1956. They have the picture restored. They'll be honored at halftime.
Very nice.
To our left, several of the players here, an assistant coach, some cheerleaders, so that'll be great to see the 1956 team at halftime. Foul against the Trojans, number 1 against Charlie Bemis. Bemis will go to the bench. We will see Stephen Puglisi into the ball game. He was scheduled to start this week at the varsity level, but suffered a concussion on Monday in practice, so that sidelined him for the Cathedral and Warren Central games, and he's coming off the bench here today against Franklin Central. And Rick, 3-point basket for Franklin Central.
Mason Gonzalez hit his first shot, first 3. They've had 4 guys score already.
Gonzalez, that's his 17th three-pointer this season. He is number 2 on this Franklin Central team and made threes. Aguian, number 10, leads away in threes with 33. And quick foul against Franklin Central following that basket. Marshall picks up his first, number 2 against Franklin Central. Flashes lead the Trojans 10-6. We're in the first quarter, 4:45 to go in the opening period. Cerning with the dribble. He'll go baseline. Jumps in the air, trying to pass it to the corner, knocked out of bounds. Last touch, Aguian. Ben Cooney throws it out on top to Hacker. Puglisi rotates it. Ankney, entry pass goes to Cooney. He'll take it to the corner to Cerny. Cerny's going to put it up there and hits the 3. Good ball movement by the Trojans again, Rick, inside, outside.
That's exactly right. That was a good look by Cooney to get it out to Cerny. Cerny bobbled a little bit, but took his time. They kind of backed off him because they thought he was going to pass it. He saw it open, nailed that shot. Good shot by the Trojans. 10-9 now.
Trojans down 1 point. 4 minutes to play in this opening quarter. Aguian drills the 3. Again, I mentioned before, he leads them in three-point shooting. He's got 2 of them here in the first quarter.
Actually, I think, was that Aguian? I thought that was Gonzalez again, Kevin. I might be wrong.
You're right. That was 11, Gonzalez. He now has 2 threes in the ball game. And you're right, it was 11, not 10. So Gonzalez now with 18 threes on the season. And with that 3, it makes it now a 13-9 ball game. Franklin Central in front, and then a foul called against Javon Small. 3 fouls against Franklin Central. They've committed a couple of fouls here with this pressing defense.
They have. This is similar to what you'd see Warren Central do. And, of course, Coach Byers from there, they're really putting heavy pressure on that inbounds pass and then starting to back off a little bit from there. We'll see if they decide later in the game to kind of full court it all the way and double team everywhere.
In the ball game, we see junior Mason Long, 6'4", forward. And Coach Hahn is going to call a timeout. 3:56 to play here in this first quarter. This appears to be a 30-second timeout by Coach Hahn. 13-9, Franklin Central by 4 points over Center Grove. Ben Cooney off to another solid start, 4 points.
He has been 4 points, and he had a nice assist in there also. So playing well. I think the Trojans got a good game plan to get it inside to him. Franklin Central's having a hard time guarding him, and when they do bring somebody else over, Ben's done a pretty good job so far of finding that open guy for some shots.
Gonzalez, couple of threes for Franklin Central. He leads the way with 6. Aguian has a 3 for 3. So again, they've hit 3 3-pointers here in this opening quarter. Full court pressure by the Flashes. Freshman point guard Marcus Ankney across midcourt, finds Long. Now Puglisi takes it strong to the basket, tried to put it up with the right hand. Cooney with the offensive board and the putback. Cooney with 6 points. I love the way the Trojans are attacking the basket.
Right, that was a good job by Puglisi to get in there. He just rolled it off the rim, a nice drive, and then Cooney's right there for the layup.
Off the dribble, way too quick. Javon Small, 4 points, and the help defense did not see him coming.
You're right, that was a pretty move. Small is really quick and went right around Hacker, and nobody was there to help get him, and he just had an easy layup.
15-11, Trojans trail, and now a steal by number 12, Javon Small, and Ankney had to foul him, which was the right thing to do. Did not want to give up the easy layup to Small. So number 1 foul on Marcus Ankney, and number 2 against the Trojans.
I'll give Marcus some credit. He's been thrown in the fire here coming up from the JV team. He's gone against Warren Central, who presses all the time. And then Franklin Central's doing the same thing, and he's really handled himself well. Obviously, we brought that up as the first turnover he had, but in last game, I didn't notice him really any turnovers at all. Does a nice job of staying cool under pressure.
Center Grove did a little bit better job with the turnovers against Warren Central. Center Grove had been 20+ against Warren. They're around 17.
Yeah.
Shot good from the perimeter. Was that?
That was Aguian.
That was Aguian. Okay. He's got a couple of threes now.
Yeah, they're on fire with threes. 4 threes already.
He's got 35 on the season, and it makes it now an 18-11 ball game. Franklin Central in front by 7. 2:30 left to play here in this opening quarter at the Vandy Gym. Long, I think, was trying to get it to Puglisi on the roll. His pass seemed to be deflected. 3-pointer short by Aguian, and Whistle on the rebound. Foul going against Franklin Central.
I think they got Sam Mettert for his first foul. Just came in the game.
Sam Mettert, a 6'2 junior. Off the bench, averaging 8 points a ball game and 3 rebounds. Trojans trail by 7. Ankney finds Puglisi. Cooney. Ankney trying to throw it cross court. Ball's loose, and Hook gets the steal and the slam jam. Coach Hoff felt like Hook knocked Hacker down, wanted the foul, no call.
I think he did, but Hook's just bigger and stronger and just going after the ball. Refs, I think, thought probably rightly so. It's just normal play there, just outmuscled him.
Should say Hooks. There's an S at the end of that last name, and now Cooney scores. He's got 8 points, 20-13. Center Grove within 7, 1:40 to play in this first quarter. So again, it's Jalen Hooks. He's a junior, fine-looking freshman, I should say. He's got 4 points.
Well, he's wide open too. I saw that coming.
And he muscles it up. He goes off the glass. He scores. A chance for an old-fashioned 3-point play.
I think Center Grove was kind of a little bit unsure what defense they were in. I think some of the guys were in a zone. Some of the guys were in a man-to-man. Hooks is wide open under the basket. Got it and had a layup. And unfortunately, we got the foul on Ben Cooney also. So he's going to have a chance for a 3-point play.
First foul against Ben Cooney. 3 against the Trojans. Again, he was fouled in the act of shooting. He hit the basket. Free throw is long. Rebound, a battle for it. Bemis back in there, and Bemis comes up with it, goes to the floor, and passes it off to Ankney. Now Ankney being pressured in the backcourt. Reach in, foul called against Gonzalez. Number 1 on Mason Gonzalez.
It was a good call there by the refs. Gonzalez has been really physical with Ankney, kind of using his hand to push him around. And in this day and age, you just can't do that much of that anymore. That's definitely a good call for a foul.
Center Grove trails 22-13. 1:20 to play first quarter. Also, we see in the ball game for the first time today Ethan Jones, 6'6 junior. Jones averaging 4 points a game, 2 rebounds, leads Center Grove with 24 block shots. Ankney on the wing, finds Bemis in the corner, right back to Ankney. Jones trying to post up inside On the drive, on the floor, foul called against Franklin Central. Hacker took it strong to the basket. Gonzalez picks up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, it's his second. Looks like they're going to get him out of the game. That's good for the Trojans.
Hacker off the out-of-bounds play, a quick 3, hit the back points. Cleared out by Aguian. Aguian, a junior. 6'2" guard. Again, they're 4 of their 5 starters all average double figures.
Yeah, and 5, they're 8 from 8 points up, and all 5 of those players are underclassmen. They're going to be awfully good next year too.
Final 25 seconds of the first quarter. Franklin Central working for one more shot here in this opening quarter. They're in front 22-13. Small dribbling out on top. Terminates the dribble. Gonzalez. Step back. Tough shot by Javon Small. He made it look easy though, didn't he? Hits the 3. He's got 7 points. At the end of the first quarter here at the Vandy, it's Franklin Central 25, Center Grove 13. Today's game being presented by Indy Honda. This is Center Grove Trojan basketball.
The buying experience at Indy Honda is second to none, and our reputation speaks for itself. But don't take my word for it. You owe it to yourself to check out the over 1,200 reviews online. Come in now for great savings across the entire Honda lineup. Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX for just $189 a month, or a CR-V LX with all-wheel drive for just $259 a month.
There's only one, Bob Rohrman.
Bob Rohrman's Indy Honda, US 31 South at Stop 12 in Indy.
After one quarter here at the Vandy, Franklin Central leads Center Grove 25-13. Impressive opening quarter by the Flashes, and Rick, I'm very impressed with this FC team.
Boy, I'm telling you what, we were talking off air. These guys are a lot better than we thought they were. They are a really good offensive team, on pace to score 100 points, and they made it look easy. They're hitting every shot, they're passing the ball well. Really a nice team.
Again, they have 4 starters that average double figures, and all 4 of those starters contributed quite a bit of production here in this first quarter. Small, 7 points. Aguian, Gonzalez, and Hooks each had 6 points. Center Grove has some work to do as we get things underway here in quarter number 2, trailing 25-13. Kevin Conrad, Rick Sauter with you today for a rare matinee.
Exactly, yep. That's kind of the makeup for the football season. Through the game today, and kind of fun doing an afternoon game.
Jones rotates it. Ankney back to Jones. Inside off the glass, scores. That's just a good basketball play right there.
That's the old give and go, and worked it to perfection right there. Nice play by Ankney. Jones got it, was strong in the hole, and Trojans cut this down to 10-point lead.
Jump shot good. Marshall, his first basket. 27-15. Franklin Central by 12 over Center Grove. 7:10 to go. We're in the second quarter. And Hacker going strong to the basket with the drive. He'll be at the line to shoot 2 free throws.
I like Hacker's toughness. He's not a big guy, but he's not afraid to take it inside against anybody. And he definitely got hacked there and had a chance to get a 3-point play. Just rolled off the rim again, but he's our top free throw shooter. I knew I'd jinx him. You just know that's happening.
He's 83% on the season. One more coming. He's 2 out of 3 today.
Definitely the guy you want at the line for the Trojans. There you go.
Comes back, redeems himself. Meddert picked up his second foul for Franklin Central. 27-16, Trojans trail. 3 ball, long by Jacob Whitney. He's a senior at 6'1". However, the Flashes get the offensive board. Another opportunity. Cannot afford those second opportunities. Javon Small makes them pay.
We sure can't. They are a really good shooting team, and they have several guys can light it up from outside.
Small, 10 points. He's the first player in double figures. And now, Rick, Trojans couldn't get the ball in bounds, pressuring defense, a 5-second violation against CG.
Trojans struggled with that today. Franklin Central very quick, do a nice job. They are backing off once it gets in, but it's been a tough time for the Trojans to get the ball in bounds.
Javon Small, 10 points, averages 16. Marshall terminates the dribble. His pass to the wing went right between the wickets. Aguian couldn't handle it, out of bounds. Cooney back in for CG. He'll replace Jones. This one's slipping away a little bit here.
It is, Kevin. I was just going to say that. We are down 14, and they don't look like their team is going to go in a big hole as far as missing shots. So we're going to have to find something soon.
And, oh, good try. Love the idea. Ankney trying to find Cooney on that pick and roll. He was open. Might have let him just a little bit too much.
Yeah, just a little bit of a tough angle. Cooney kind of slipped in after that pick, but it was just a tough angle for Ankney to get it to him, and just off his fingertips out of bounds.
30-16, Franklin Central leads it. This one off the leg of Jacob Whitney. He was about ready to go up with it, and as he was about ready to jump, lost it off his leg out of bounds. Central needs a basket. Too many empty possessions here. And that one's tipped and taken away. Good defense by Javon Small. And running the court all the way and scoring is Whitney. His first basket. 32-16 Franklin Central. Center Grove struggling here in the half court to score. It's a staple of Coach Byers. We saw it at Warren Central, the great defense. Franklin Central defending extremely well. Bemis tries a three, rattles out. He was open, good look. In transition, ball thrown underneath to Whitney, and he scores. He gets a couple of quick baskets, makes it 34-16. Franklin Central with the advantage. 5:15 to go until halftime, and Coach Hahn calls a timeout. And I mentioned on the pregame show how Coach Byers was the all-star coach for that Indiana-Kentucky series this past summer. And of course, got a chance to coach Trace Jackson Davis, Center Grove's Mr. Basketball, and he didn't approach this as an all-star game, Coach Byers.
Really?
He approached it as we're playing,
serious
we're playing defense. We're going to go out here with pride and to win the game. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the Indiana All-Stars put it to Kentucky in both games.
Yeah, they did.
Large margins.
I like that. You know, I mean, it does have some history. I mean, I know now not quite as much as what it may have when you and I were growing up, Kevin, but that Indiana-Kentucky rivalry is a big deal. And for an old-school coach like Coach Byers, you know, we're not going to be out there and just dunks and look like we're cool for the college coaches to watch. We're going to play to win this game, and you're right. You can see it today. I mean, they've got a nice lead, but they make a play that is inconsistent, especially on defense, with what he wants. He'll get right out after him. That's why they're a good team.
What I've seen so far today, very impressed with Franklin Central. Their record 10-6. I'm a little surprised by that.
I agree. I think they're better than that. I mean, this is one of the better teams I've seen all year.
But again, they do play like Center Grove in a very difficult conference. They play in the Hoosier Crossroads. Three is long by Hacker. The Trojans get the offensive board. We're inside 5 minutes to play, second quarter. Center Grove down 34-16. Bemis in the corner, fakes the three. He's going to drive it, reaches up with that right hand and banks it off the glass. Great take by Charlie Bemis.
I like that by Charlie. They're kind of sitting out him to take that three and really on top of him because he is off a good three-point shooter. But nice shot fake and took it all the way in.
Seems like Center Grove in the half court, they've had some luck driving that lane from the one side to the other. And Small hits another three-pointer. He has 13 points.
We just can't stop them. I mean, they're a really good shooting team, and on it today. They have not missed many outside shots at all.
37-18, Center Grove trails. 4:14 to go until halftime, and a whistle out on top. Foul against Franklin Central.
That's Small's second. We might see him leave, which would be a blessing for the Trojans, because he's been on fire this first half.
Gonzalez with 2 fouls, Small 2 fouls, and Mettert with 2 fouls. Free throw good by Marcus Ankney. That is his first point today. He's shooting, I think, now 1 out of 2 on the season at the varsity level from the free throw line, and he's good on the next one as well.
Knocked that up from 0 to 66% right away there. They have left Small in the game.
Miscommunication, ball thrown out of bounds by Aguian. Whistle, timeout called by Coach Chris Byers of Franklin Central. He is definitely that old-style
you can
coach.
See it, Kevin. He is. He's pointing somebody out, I think, on a defensive end on that Bemis drive, and does not like anybody getting to the bucket without some pressure on him and letting them have it. That's a good coach. That in big games will come back to help them, because it's easy with a 17-point lead to get a little lackadaisical, kind of say, oh, well, they won't do that when it's tight. But kids learn from those things, and I guarantee you, I think that was better. I don't think he's going to do that again.
He will not tolerate defensive lapses, that is for sure.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to his Warren Central team back in 2018. Wow, they were dynamite.
That team, that was one of the best defensive teams I've ever seen. I mean, the other day we were talking about it. Those guys, you down there low, those guards were so strong, and they looked like they probably fouled you every time down the court, but they know the refs aren't going to call every one of them, and it was just a struggle to get it past the 10-second line against that team.
37-20, Center Grove trails by 17. 4:08 to play second quarter. Bemis will throw it in for the Trojans. He finds Ankney. Small guarding Ankney. Mason Long puts it on the floor, goes strong to the basket, fouled. He'll get 2 shots.
Nice move there by Mason Long. Kind of had that right side cleared out a little bit for him and made a nice drive. And that's the second foul on Aguian also.
Mason Long on his first varsity free throw attempt is in and out. He has 2 points at the varsity level for his career. And you're right, Aguian 2 fouls. So they got several players with 2 fouls, and Cooney gets the offensive rebound. And now Ankney's going to try a 3. It's off the side of the rim, and Bemis tried to knock it off one of the Franklin Central players. Bemis went about 2 rows up. He appears to be okay, and now a drive and score by Javon Small. He's got 15 points. Fouled by Cooney, number 2 foul on Cooney, and Small at the line for a 3-point play opportunity.
Small's a very nice player. He averages 16 points a game. He's going to roughly have that if he makes his free throw in his first half, but very impressive. Only 5'11", very strong, extremely quick, and he can really shoot.
Dane Young now in for the Trojans, junior guard. Free throw rolls off. Mason Long with the rebound. 39-20. Center Grove trails Franklin Central. 3:30 left to play here in the first half. Dane Young now running the point. Ankney gets a breather. Nope, Ankney's still out there, excuse me. With the right hand, a little too high off the glass. That's Mason Long, but he gets it back and scores. His first basket today. 2
good aggressive plays in a row by Long. Got 2 free throws last time, and this time gets the pickup shot off the rebound and knocks it in. Good play.
39-22. Franklin Central in front. 3 minutes to play, second quarter. Center Grove needs to get some stops here defensively. Easier said than done.
Yeah, it is.
Franklin Central shooting very, very well here in the first half. Good interior defense by the Trojans. Missed shot by Marshall. Cooney with the rebound. Marcus Ankney with the left hand. Out on top, Bemis. He'll fire the 3. Got it. Charlie had a couple of 3s against Warren Central. Love to see him get it going here today. He's got 5 points in the ball game. 39-25, Trojans trail. Down 14. 2.5 minutes left to play, second quarter. Aguian fakes that 3. Drives in, goes up with the right hand. Tried to bank it in. Dane Young, high right side. Bemis pounds it on the hardwood. Finds Dane Young down to Long. Right back to Dane. Kind of resets here. 2 minutes to play, second quarter. Bemis fakes the 3. He'll drive, reverse layup, good. Bemis had one of his best quarters of the season.
Yeah, Trojans got this down to 12. That's just getting back in this ball game.
Charlie, 7 points here in the second quarter. Center Grove, little by little, trying to get back into this game against Franklin Central. Starts with defense. You got to get some stops here. Center Grove starting to get a few stops. There's another possible stop. The Trojans do get the rebound. Outlet pass, though, is a little out in front of Dane Young, and it's going to be Franklin Central ball. And Cooney was trying to save the ball from going out of bounds and led Dane a little bit too much. Bemis, well-deserved break. He'll go to the bench. Again, 7 points all here in this second quarter.
He's had a very good second quarter.
Puglisi back in for the Trojans. And for Franklin Central, Demorian Davis. He's a senior, 5'9" guard. Underneath, whistle against the Trojans. This may be Cooney. If so, that's his third.
Yeah, that's going to hurt us.
It will not be on Cooney. Mason Long gets his first foul. Cooney, the only player in foul trouble for the Trojans with 2. For Franklin Central, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 players with 2 fouls. Aguian, Gonzalez, Small, and Meddert, all with 2 fouls.
They're going to sit here and maybe go for 1.
We're inside a minute, down to 50 seconds. And you're right, it appears FC may be content to go for the final shot of the half. Franklin. 20 seconds to go. FC in front by 12, 39-27, down to 15. Aguian dribbling out on top on Ankney. 5 seconds, 4. He terminates the dribble. 3. Hooks. He gets the baseline. He's short on the shot, but he is fouled. And he's going to get 2 shots at the free throw line. Coach Hahn upset. He felt like out on top there was a travel that the referees missed. There's 3 officials and no one saw it. Coach Hahn saw it.
Yeah, he sure did, and he let him know it too. And that unfortunately will be Ben Cooney's 3rd foul. So tough ending to this quarter for the Trojans.
Yeah, you couldn't stop play, so Hooks hits the first free throw. 1 more. He's got 5 points in the ball game. Again, he's a freshman, 6'7". Very impressive. 57% from the free throw line, and that will be the end of the first half here at Center Grove High School. And you got the Franklin Central Flashes leading Center Grove 41-27. Up next, our Indy Honda halftime show. This is Center Grove Trojans.
Indy Honda is second to none, and our reputation speaks for itself. But don't take my word for it. You owe it to yourself to check out the over online. Come in now for great savings across the entire Honda lineup. Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX for just $189 a month, or a CRV LX with all-wheel drive for just $259 a month.
There's only one Bob Roy.
Indy Honda, US 31 South at Stop.
Welcome everyone to the Indy Honda halftime show. Kevin Conrad with you here at intermission. Franklin Central leading Center Grove 41-27. Our halftime guests here today, John Price. His son Liam Price is a basketball manager here at Center Grove High School. He's a senior. He was homecoming king this past football season, and also Liam does track and field here with the unified program at Center Grove High School. And John, we wanted to bring you on. I had the privilege to write an article about Liam in the Center Grove magazine this past January, and what a great young man Liam is, and just wanted you to come on to share some thoughts about Liam and all the great things that he's doing to promote unified sports, not only here at Center Grove but across the great state of Indiana.
Well, I have to say that I got to thank Center Grove administration first and foremost because they've allowed Liam to grow here. He's been able to be a part of this basketball program, which I think has given him the confidence to go out and pursue helping with the unified sports and or even participating in sports here at Center Grove. And it's the friendships and stuff that he's made here. I think that's helped him just to move on and to be an ambassador like he is right now for Special Olympics and unified sports.
John, maybe share with our listeners about Liam as far as he has a disability, but you know what? The kid does about anything and everything he wants to do.
Yeah, Liam is autistic and or has autism, and he is, he's always wanted to help people, and it all started when he was able to be a part of the unified track team here, and one of the coaches approached him and saw him in the gym class running and said, "Hey, we'd like you to be a part of the team," and from that point on, he has just been hotcakes, just trying everything and any sport, football, basketball, track, swimming. He's excelling at Special Olympics, and he was just named the United States Youth Ambassador for Special Olympics. So now he's traveling all over the country. He'll be in Washington, D.C. This actually Monday, speaking to senators in Capitol Hill about unified sports. And he's been talking to his senators and representatives about how Center Grove has had a unified track team here and how it's helped people with disabilities to be able to participate.
I know the Center Grove and the Carmel boys basketball game back in January at Carmel. It was great to see at halftime of the varsity game a unified basketball game. It was a co-ed game between Carmel and Center Grove, and I got a chance to watch a little bit of the video of that game, and Liam played so well for Center Grove. But what a great opportunity for two schools like Carmel and Center Grove to come together and to offer up something like this during a varsity boys basketball game.
Yeah, Liam has partnered up with Elizabeth Price from Carmel, and she's a unified athlete as well. And she's one of the ambassadors for Special Olympics, and they travel all over. And it was one of the events that they had actually planned, and they felt it was sort of fitting having two MIC rivals actually have a game in front of everybody. So the crowd actually got the opportunity to see how active unified athletes are and how passionate they are. They want to win. They want to be included. They want to be able to, get their varsity letters and their jackets and be able to represent their school. They have a lot of pride.
Also for Liam, he's going to graduate from Center Grove. Like I mentioned before, he's a senior this year. So Liam, upon graduation, will be attending the University of Indianapolis and will be a part of the men's swimming and diving team at UIndy.
Yes, yeah, that just all came about. Coach Height offered Liam a walk-on position, and Liam's already met a lot of the swimmers there at the school, and he's been swimming in their pool and just training with them, and he's now officially an NCAA athlete, and we never really thought that would ever even happen, and it's because of what's happened here at Center Grove. The love that the administrators and students and just being a part of unified sports has given them the confidence to go on. And a shout out to Special Olympics too. Special Olympics Indiana has been there for Liam and other athletes along the way.
And again, I want to reiterate, Liam has promoted unified sports, Special Olympics, not only here at Center Grove, but across the state of Indiana. I got word, I know just a few weeks ago, somebody said, oh, Liam's at Castle High School. That's about 2 to 3 hours to the southern part of the state, Castle High School.
Story of success and growth here at Center Grove with other students all around the state, and Castle High School was one of those schools, and it's really just interesting to see how the students respond to such a message, because you can hear a pin drop when he speaks, and everybody wants to be included, everybody wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves, and this opportunity for Liam and the unified sports and traveling has been an opportunity for him to grow and also to represent the school Center Grove he loves.
John, to wrap up, I know Liam's getting ready to take off for Washington, D.C. this coming Monday.
Yes.
What's the goal? What's the objective here? What does he hope to accomplish with this trip to Washington, D.C.?
Well, he's going to present his personal story, and he's going to mention how Center Grove has been there for him and how he's grown here and being a part of the unified track team, and how that's culminated him to be a unified Special Olympic athlete traveling all over the country. And he's going to hope, to speak to the centers to ask more funding for the Unified Champions Together program for around the country so other schools can start incorporating unified sports.
Well, John, I appreciate you coming on to share some great stories about Liam and all the great things that he's doing with unified sports and Special Olympics. He's a great young man. Again, I mentioned he was homecoming king this past fall. He's a Center Grove boys basketball manager. He's in his senior year. He's going to graduate from Center Grove, head to UND, and do great things at UND. And also, he still has his spring season. He's got the unified track and field season coming up, and I know he wants to probably make a run back to the state finals. That'd be a lot of fun.
It'd be a great thing for him to be able to do that and wrap up his senior year. And I do want to give a shout out to Coach Hahn and the basketball team because they've shown Liam a lot of love and support, and it's because of their love and support he's grown as well.
Well, John, thank you very much for taking some time to talk about Liam here at halftime. It was a great joy to get to know you and, of course, Liam through the writing of the article in the January Center Grove magazine. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. John Price joined us here at halftime. Appreciate his time. We do see now Franklin Central back out on the court, and the Trojans still in the locker room, so they'll be out here just momentarily. We're a couple of minutes away before we get this second half underway. The scoring summary from the first half. Franklin Central outscored Center Grove 25-13 in the first quarter and outscored Center Grove 16-14 in the second quarter, so the Trojans played much better offensively in quarter number 2. Center Grove trails, though, 41-27 here at intermission. Now rejoining me is Rick Sauter, and Rick has our halftime scores. Rick?
I do, Kevin. For the leading Franklin Central Flashes, they had 6 players score in that first half, 1 player in double figures, and that player was really hot. Javon Small, the junior who averages 16 points a game, had 15 in that first half and pretty much hit every shot he put up. The only shot I remember him missing was a free throw on a 3-point play chance, but a great first half by Small. Jalen Hooks played awfully well too, the freshman, who was very impressive at 6'7". He had 8 points. Benny Aguillon had 2 3-pointers in the first quarter. Mason Gonzalez also had 2 3-pointers in that first quarter for his 6. Jacob Whitney came in the second quarter and did a nice job chipping in 4 points. And Brian Marshall, the sophomore, had 2 points that second quarter, round out scoring for the Flashes. For the Trojans, pretty well-rounded scoring. They actually had 7 players score in that first half. They were led by Ben Cooney. He had 8 points. All 8 of those were in the first quarter, and he did a pretty nice job of starting to bottle him up a little bit more in that second quarter. And unfortunately for Ben, picked up his 3rd foul at the very end of that second quarter too. But he leads Trojans with 8. Charlie Bemis really had a nice second quarter. He had all 7 points in the second quarter, and we'd love to see him get going. He definitely has the ability to shoot the ball, and he had 7. 3 points for Landon Hacker. Had all 3 of those were from the line in the first half. 3 points also for Tyler Cerny. He had a 3-pointer early. A bucket for Ethan Jones. 2 points for Mason Long, and 2 free throws for Marcus Ankney to round out scoring for the Trojans.
That will conclude our Indy Honda halftime show. Indy Honda, serving the Center Grove area for more than 30 years. Choose from more than 500 new Hondas in stock. Leases starting at $99 a month. Used cars starting at $1,500. For more information, go online at indyhonda.com. Center Grove trailing 41-27 as we get things underway here in the third quarter, and quickly a basket good. Is that Marshall?
No, that was Hooks, and it was the exact same play of last time, Kevin. They got an alley-oop dunk on the opening play, and set play. Really on the refs trying to get a call there. I think that was the right call, though. I think good hustle by Charlie Bemis, but he was just standing out of bounds when that ball hit his leg, and probably the right call.
A minute into this second half. 3 ball, way short by Aguillon, out of bounds. Trojan ball. Full court pressure once again by Franklin Central.
Maybe we'll see Franklin Central come back to center a little bit. I mean, they are a nice team at 10-6. If they shot like they did the first half, they'd be 16-0 the way they've played that first half. So maybe we'll have them not hit all those this time.
Before the shot, foul against Franklin Central. Player down for the Flashes. A little slow getting to his feet. That appears to be Javon Small. Now he's helped up. He's trying to put some pressure on that left leg.
Yeah, looks like he twisted that. Hopefully it's going to be okay.
Marshall picks up his second foul. Bemis throws it in to Cooney, and great job by Marshall. He read that, and Marshall scoops it in. He's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a free throw. Marshall 4 points in the ball game.
That was a circus shot right there. I don't know how he got that ball off. He kind of took that underhand and flipped it up really high on the board with right English. Looked like LeBron James shooting that one up there.
Cerny picks up his first foul. Each team with one team foul here in the third quarter. And misses on the free throw. That's Marshall. Shoots 59% from the free throw line. 45-29. Flashes. Cerny. High ball screen from Cooney. Finds Hacker. Franklin Central's defense. Very impressive here today. Hacker nearly traveled with the ball. Ankney throws inside. Cooney up with the shot. Missed it. Trying to keep it alive, and he couldn't quite come up with the rebound. Franklin Central pushing quickly with Javon Small. He lost it. Ankney, the freshman guard, he's hit from behind. Foul against Franklin Central. That appears to be Javon Small. If so, Rick, that's number 3.
Yeah, that'll be his third. We'll see if they go ahead and pull him out. They did not in the first half when he had 2. Doesn't look like Coach Byers is going to take him out. He must have a lot of trust in Small to not pick up those fouls.
I think Coach Byers has gone about, what, maybe 2 or 3 deep today on that bench?
Yeah, they are not really deep. That is the one thing. If they get some foul trouble, it gets a little tougher for them. But you're right. I think they've only played about 2 offenses.
Cerny drills the 3. That's his second three-pointer. He's got 6 in the ball game. Big shot by the sophomore. 45-32. Center Grove trails. 5:20 to play. We're in the third quarter. Nice spin move. Good pivot by Marshall. Puts it up soft. He's got 6 points.
Nice. Tyler Cerny again.
Cerny really catching fire.
Well, Tyler's doing a nice job of getting down the court very quickly and kind of settling in a spot where he gets a good pass. And Ankney saw him, got it to him, and went straight up for that shot. That's 2 in a row. He's getting hot. Like to see it.
He's got 18 threes now on the season. He had 15 coming into today's game. Whistle, foul against the Trojans. Landon Hacker called for his first foul. And we'll see Jones and Puglisi in for the Trojans. Cooney and Bemis will get their first break here in the second half. Ooh, Ankney almost got the steal, got his hand on it. And now the three-point shooter drills it. He's fouled by Cerny. So a chance for a rare 4-point play here for Franklin Central.
Yeah,
that's number 11. Is that Gonzalez?
Yep, that's his third 3 today. He's definitely a good shooter out there. And Cerny got out a little late, ran over him, and boy, nice touch to able to get that in with definitely a foul.
Cerny, 2 fouls. He's going to take a break. Again, he's got a couple of made threes here in this third quarter. 3 threes for the ball game, 9 points.
I kind of hate seeing taking Cerny out. He's gotten hot here, and I know he has 2, but I'd leave him in if I could. He's been our
kind of
spark plug here.
Yeah, ride the wave, if you
Yep.
will. 50-35. Center Grove trails by 15. Hacker either fouled or tied up. They're going to put a foul against Franklin Central.
Well, Hacker after this game is going to need an ice bath. He's been banged around. He's gone inside a lot. He's definitely a tough kid. He is he's getting beaten up down in there.
Third foul against Gonzalez. So Gonzalez and Small for Franklin Central each have 3 fouls.
They do have some foul trouble, as we mentioned, not deep at all. So if we can find a way to get the 4th on those guys, pretty early still in this game.
Mason Long, 1 dribble, jump shot, back point. Puglisi over the top. Are they going to put a foul on Puglisi?
I think they are.
over the back called on Stephen Puglisi.
Tough play because he looked like he got that pretty clean, but refs almost always call that if they come over behind him, somebody. But he didn't look like he touched him. He looked like he jumped over top of the Franklin Central player.
His first foul, 4 team fouls against the Trojans. Hooks on the baseline. Great hands off the glass. 2 points, and he'll go to the free throw line for 1.
Yeah, he's got all the tools. You can see he's still not really taking the ball outside and doing a lot yet, but extremely athletic and really jump, and he's smooth under there. Just for a freshman, he's got world potential.
I think you're seeing maybe a future Indiana All-Star and potentially a Mr. Basketball type
it's
candidate.
kind of fun to see these guys at a young age, and then you see them when they're juniors and seniors and how they grow. But he's got all the tools. A nice touch, too, from the free throw line.
11 points for Jalen Hooks, 6'7" freshman. Makes it 53-35. Flashes with the lead with 3:58 to play in the third. Ball tipped out of bounds by Hooks. Mason Long looking, finds Ankney, the freshman guard, and he uses the glass well, uses body well, scores over Javon Small. First field goal for Ankney. He's got 4 points in the game, 4 points for Ankney. 53-37, Trojans trail.
Wow.
Three-pointer good. Wow, they're on fire. Gonzalez.
They've been that way the whole game. They had the first couple in the second half that were off the mark, and that hadn't stopped them. They picked it right back up again. Gonzalez now has 4 3-pointers on the day.
Reach-in foul on Sam Meddert. That's his third. So 3 players for FC with 3 fouls. You're right. If Center Grove can just hang around, get back into this game and make it close.
Yeah, just get it to 10 or somewhere that makes them start thinking if there's some fouls, they've got to worry about some players coming in.
Long open 3. Battle for the rebound, tipped out right to Mason Long. He'll try another 3, and this one's off the side of the rim. However, Ethan Jones gets the offensive board, tries to put it up with the right hand, missed it, and Puglisi called for over the back for a second time. He's got 2 fouls.
Yeah, good hustle there by the Trojans. Got a couple offensive rebounds and just couldn't get in the hole. It's been a struggle here in the second half for Center Grove so far, other than Tyler Cerny hitting a couple threes.
Three minutes remaining, third quarter. Franklin Central 56, Center Grove 37. Jump shot short that time by Small. Tough shot. Hacker down the lane.
Ready.
Blitz the defenders. He's got 8 points. Trojans trying to make a run here.
That's why you keep your dribble, Kevin. You never know if they're going to let you go, and they're not going to stop you. You just keep it dribbling, and he did a really nice job moving forward, but picking a spot. Got in a nice layup.
Hooks. Nice spin move. Too hard off the glass. He battles for the rebound, saves it. Love the hustle. He gets on the floor, throws it right to Marshall. 8 points for Marshall. Puglisi had it knocked away. Javon Small flips it back to Meddert. He takes it to the basket. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. He's fouled. Meddert shoots only 20% from the free throw line.
Wow.
Has not scored today. He averages 8 points per game. And Bemis and Cerny back in for the Trojans. And now we'll see a timeout called by Coach Chris Byers of Franklin Central. The Flashes lead it 58-39. We're in the third quarter, 2:12 left to play. Today's game being presented in part by the Center Grove Magazine. Center Grove Magazine, proud to support Center Grove Trojan basketball. Center Grove Magazine, your hyper-local community magazine highlighting people, places, events happening right here in Center Grove. Center Grove Magazine, for the community, about the community, to serve the community. It was great to see the 1956 Center Grove boys basketball team being honored during halftime. Again, they restored their 1956 Johnson County Tournament Championship team picture. You could see them there at halftime getting their picture taken and being honored. So congratulations. Great to see that, Rick.
Yeah, it really was.
Really go back and appreciate the alums.
I agree. That was neat to see. A bunch of alums came back, and Sure, they're maybe going to go out to dinner tonight and catch back up again. And great to see some of those past teams getting recognized again.
Also, big day today down at Assembly Hall with the IU Purdue basketball game. Our colleague Ted Kitchell, his 1980 team, being honored during halftime. So congratulations to Ted Kitchell. What a great team that was. Of course, they won the national title in 1981. And word on the street that Coach Bob Knight was supposed to make his return back to Assembly Hall for the first time today. Gene Cady was supposed to be there as well, the great Purdue coach. And Dick Vitale is supposed to be on the call with ESPN. So sounds like a great day of basketball down there at Assembly Hall today.
Definitely, Kevin. I thought for a second I'm going to have to throw my headphones off because I'm taping that game. I didn't know. I was hoping you weren't going to give the score.
It tipped at 2 o'clock. Yeah. It's about, almost 2:40.
About halftime now.
So, yeah, Ted Kitchell and that 1980 team being honored at halftime today.
Mettert makes both those free throws.
His first 2 points in the ball game. Foul against Franklin Central. Flashes in front now, 60-39. Hooks picks up his first foul, and Landon Hacker back to the free throw line. He's 4 out of 5 today. He's got 8 points. Now make it 9 points.
I really like the hustle factor, Landon. He's, again, we mentioned it several times, not the biggest, strongest kid built-wise, but he's got some strength because he's able to go down there and get banged around and still get that shot off.
Short on the free throw. Bemis almost got the rebound. Hooks across the timeline, the 6'7" freshman. Boy, put some zip on that pass, didn't he? Gonzalez, he does finally get control of it. Small, so quick. Goes baseline, out on top. 3 is off the mark by Gonzalez, and we see a couple of players on the floor. Bemis for Center Grove on the floor along with Mettert. Whistle. Charlie Bemis called for his second foul.
Tough call. Tough to see from back here, but boy, there was players flying all over the place. I think he could have called that on several. Mettert back to the line.
18 fouls against the Trojans. Mettert 1 and 1. Hits it again.
He's got a nice touch from the free throw line.
For the season, 20%.
I know, that's amazing because he looks pretty good up there right now. Good too.
4 in a row. 62-40. Franklin Central in the driver's seat, leading by 22 points, 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Big game tonight for the Lady Trojans, hosting Franklin Central in the sectional championship at 7:30. I'll be back with the call later tonight with Coach Gary Robinson. Lady Trojans going for their 22nd sectional title in school history. Bemis down and out. Great effort by Hooks, saving that one from going out of bounds. So the Flash is in town for a couple of games here today. And foul against CG. 2 shots here for Franklin Central.
Looked like a pretty good block by Landon Hacker. He's shaking his head, but he got him. Must have called it on the body because it looks like he got all ball up top.
His second foul, 9 against Center Grove. 2 shots for Javon Small. He's 0 of 1 from the free throw line today. And misses this one. That's the only downside of his game, Rick. He averages 16 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, but he shoots about 58%.
Yeah, that makes it tough because he's your point guard. He's usually going to have that ball in his hands. You get big games. You want that point guard to be a good shooter.
He's got 16 points in the ball game, 63-40. Flashes in front with 1:04 to go in the third.
I'm surprised they're still full court pressing. Oh, my goodness. Boy, Trojans were lucky there.
That one goes off Franklin Central. Bemis will throw it in here from the side. Hacker in the backcourt with 1 minute to play in the third. Rough day for the Trojans.
Yeah,
rough week for that matter. But again, just trying to get better. Trying to get improvement from game to game. Wins are going to be tough down the stretch with the conference. Plus Franklin Central very good. Mooresville, team they're going to play not next week but the following week. Right. Also very good this year. And Columbus North on the road to wrap up the regular season. They're ranked in the top 20. But you just want to try to steadily get better and get ready for the sectional. Again, the sectional this year being hosted by Shelbyville. And I think we're looking at probably your number one team in that sectional in Franklin Central.
I don't think there's much doubt about that after seeing these guys today. They're a very, very nice team.
Cooney misses on the first of 2 free throws. One more for the lone senior, and he got it. He's got 9 points in the ball game. 63-41 FC. 35 seconds to play in the third, and I'm sure the Flashes will go for one shot here in the quarter. Good defense by Hacker. He knocked that one in the backcourt. Bemis and Hacker. Then Bemis got the steal. Hacker, I should say Bemis, takes it in. They're going to put a blocking foul. I think that's the right call. They're going to put a blocking foul on Gonzalez, and that'll be his 4th.
Yeah, Gonzalez going to have 4. Unfortunately, we're at the point now with the being down 22. It may not make a difference, but that certainly can't hurt the Trojans. Gonzalez played really well today.
Again, good job by Hacker to get that deflection in the backcourt. Bemis and Hacker with the double team on Whitney. And
one thing about Landon Hacker, he's going to hustle all 40 minutes or 32 minutes of the game. So
that was Charlie Bemis' first miss from the free throw line this season. He comes back and hits the next one. He's now 10 out of 11. And Rick, on record, I did not jinx him.
Yeah, no, you didn't. We didn't say a word.
But still, how impressive is that? He's
that
10 out of 11 from the free throw line, Charlie Bemis. Final 3 seconds here in this third quarter. Ball out of bounds. Center Grove will have it with 1.4 seconds here in the third, trailing 63-42. Bemis throws the baseball pass to Cerny, and last second shot by Marshall is off the mark, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter here at the Vandy. Franklin Central with a commanding 63-42 lead over the Center Grove Trojans. Today's game being presented by Indy Honda.
The buying experience at Indy Honda is second to none, and our reputation speaks for itself. But don't take my word for it. You owe it to yourself to check out the over 1,200 reviews online. Come in now for great savings across the entire Honda lineup. Lease a 2019 Honda Civic LX for just $189 a month, or a CRV LX with all-wheel drive for just $259 a month.
There's only one Bob Rohrman.
Bob Rohrman's Indy Honda, US 31 South and Stop 12 in Indy.
For the fourth quarter here at the Vandy, Center Grove trails Franklin Central 63-42. Big day today. We mentioned tonight, Center Grove girls basketball team hosting Franklin Central in the sectional championship at 7:30. Also today, the Center Grove girls swimming and diving team competing in the sectional at Franklin, and the wrestling team today competing in the regional at Mooresville. Busy day for Center Grove sports. We'll be back tonight at 7:30 with the girls' sectional championship game here at the Vandy. Cerny back in there. He really was hot in the third quarter, hit a couple of threes. He's got 3 in the ball game. Missed there on that one. Now the Trojans with the steal, and Cerny scores. He's in double figures with the 11.
Nice pass by Landon Hacker, too. Got that steal and led him just perfectly for Cerny's layup.
Center Grove trails 63-44. Jump shot short by Javon Small. I guess he's human after all.
Yeah, he's finally missed one. There we go.
Charlie Bemis drills a 3. What a start for the Trojans here in the fourth quarter. Bemis with 10 points. And a timeout called by Franklin Central, 63-47. Timeout by Chris Byers. This will be a full timeout, and 5-0 run by the Trojans to begin the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Trojans have done a nice job not giving up after being down 20 points or so, and they've cut this thing down to 16 points. And sounds like a lot, but in comparison to where they were, lots of time on the clock, and they definitely have some momentum. I like the way Hacker and Bemis and Cerny are playing here in the second half. All three of them are done a nice job. Hacker really hustling and steals and good passing, and Cerny and Bemis both kind of got warmed up again, and we need some more of those threes.
Center Grove was outscored 22-15 in the third quarter, but again off to a 5-0 start here in the fourth. Trying to get back into this one, trying to make a run, and Cerny and Bemis, they're both very capable, along with Hacker, to hit some three balls. Once again, Byers not happy with the defensive effort by his Flashes to begin the fourth.
Probably a good timeout. Just kind of quell the momentum a little bit. Crowd was starting to get back into it here for the Trojans, and see if Center Grove can keep up this momentum and knock this. Did they get this down to 10 points or so with 5 minutes to go? It'd be anybody's ball game right then.
And again, Franklin Central, we've talked about it. They have several players in foul difficulty, so could be interesting if Center Grove can make a run and make this close. Aguian swings it. Gonzalez, good defense in the middle. Good help defense by Mason Long. Kind of a weave offense here by Franklin Central. Being very patient, obviously working a lot of clock. Trying to find a driving lane or something on the back door. Something easy going to the basket. Very efficient with their passing. Very crisp. Center Grove so far, solid defense. Marshall pulls it out with the dribble. Whitney had a blocked out of bounds by Cooney. Great help defense by Cooney.
That really was. Nice job by Ben to come over and help there, because he had a lane for an easy layup.
Cooney, 14 blocks on the season. Shot fake, pull-up jump shot by Whitney. Rebound. Oh, Bemis couldn't quite pull it down. Goes right to Aguian, and now Franklin Central resets. 5:50 to go in the ball game.
They're not playing a full corner, but they're definitely playing very deliberate. I think Coach Byers told them, lay up or else.
And it's tipped out of bounds by Franklin Central.
Charlie had a look. That was a couple steps behind the line, but he had a pretty good look on it. I'm glad he put that up. Trojans ball still, though. Chance to get this down a little lower.
30-second timeout called by Coach Hahn. Now it's going to go to a full timeout. Full timeout. Not a bad idea after playing that long of defense.
Yeah,
get a breather. Center Grove's got the ball. They need to be well rested for this offensive possession. Center Grove has outscored FC 5-0 here in the fourth quarter. Obviously the Flashes going into that more of a stall offense, taking time off the clock. It's 63-47. Center Grove trails. 5:22 to play in today's game. For the Center Grove Trojans, back in action next Friday. They're going to be hosting the Lawrence Central Bears, a team that's been pretty much in the top three all year long.
Yeah, that'll be an awfully tough matchup. Their team is extremely athletic, several Division I players in that team, and that'll be a tough one for Trojans, but we got to play them all, and that's another big conference game, so we'll see how that goes next week.
At the moment, Lawrence Central sits atop the mixed standings, 5 wins, 1 loss, 17-2 is the overall record. You got Lawrence North in second place at 4-1. So again, LC sits atop the mixed standings.
And I think LC's only losses this year was their arch rival, Lawrence North, beating them twice.
Beat them twice, once regular season conference game and once in the Marion County tournament.
Yeah.
Championship game, I believe.
Championship game it was. They rolled over everybody to get there, I think, both those teams.
So much talent in the same township.
I know. Pretty amazing this year.
Hacker misses. Cooney, offensive rebound. He's going to try to muscle it up, and he scores. He created some space. Good patience, and Cooney scores. He's got 11 points. He and Cerny each with 11 to lead the way for the Trojans.
Now you nailed that, Kevin. Patience. Ben's very good at not forcing it up and kind of keeping his feet together and doing some pivoting, getting a chance to get a shot up.
63-49. Center Grove down 14. Trying to get this to single digits. Three is
Boy,
good.
That hurts.
Gonzalez.
That is 5 threes for Gonzalez today. He's just really hurt us. Boy, Ankney got popped. He's getting up a little slowly.
Three from the corner. Cerny is long with it. Bemis battling for the rebound. It's going to go off Franklin Central, so it should be Center Grove ball.
Yeah, refs are taking a look at Marcus Ankney. I think he got knocked down and might have hit his hip right on that floor, and that hurts.
Marcus Ankney, freshman guard, making his third start. What a week for that young man. Started against Cathedral Tuesday, started against Warren Central Thursday, and starting today against Franklin Central. Welcome to varsity basketball, right? And there's Ankney trying a three. It's short, but what a great job by Ankney. He followed his own shot, got his own rebound. And now Cooney tries to throw that skip pass to the corner to Cerny. It's stolen, but Cerny gets on the floor and gets it back, and now we've got a jump ball. Good effort by the Trojans going after it. Again, we never criticize Center Grove's effort. It is always good.
You're right. They definitely are always hustling. Cerny and Hacker today have been on that floor probably as much as they've been standing up. They've been all over the court.
A couple of players getting ready to check in for the Trojans. You got Cerny that's going to limp off a little bit. Got banged up on that loose ball. Bemis will take a break. Hear the applause from the Center Grove fans. They really appreciate the effort by the Trojans.
Maybe the Trojans can start doing some offense for defense because those are their 2 3-point shooters today. We need them to game to get back in this.
4 minutes to play in the game. 66-49, Center Grove down. Trojans again still have time to make a run. With that three ball, there's always that chance.
Yeah, there is. That was a tough, big three-pointer last time down by Gonzalez, though.
Hooks had it knocked out of bounds by Puglisi. Good job by Puglisi with the help defense. In the corner, Small, he loves to go baseline. Good job by Hacker, knocked it loose, ball's loose, good job. Cooney gets the steal. Puglisi was on the floor, Hacker was on the floor. Here's Hacker for the long three. Cooney trying to get the offensive rebound and chased down by Ankney. Hacker down the lane. Oh, there's contact, no foul. Puglisi offensive board and put back. Trojans keep fighting. First basket for Puglisi. It's 66-51, Center Grove trails. You would never know the Trojans are down by 15 points with the effort they're giving here in the fourth quarter.
I agree. They've really hustled. They've been on that court and played some really good defense. And actually, Franklin Central's only had one bucket this quarter, so just tones is showing the Trojans defense. But they've got to have some good things happen pretty quickly here. They need some steals. We'll see if they get a full court press going maybe, and got to hit it. Got to score just about every time down now.
Marcus Ankney today, again, the freshman guard. He's got a couple of free throws, a field goal for 4 points. He's got quite a fan club, Rick, from my understanding that watch online. I understand he has a grandmother near the Tampa, Florida area watching, nice. So a special hello to the Ankney fan club. Also some relatives, I think, from Orlando, Florida. Also the Philadelphia area. And also in Evansville, Indiana.
Nice. Well, I was talking to his dad at halftime. He came up. I've known him for a long time. Great guy. And we were talking about Marcus, and he said it happened so fast that we both kind of maybe thought that Marcus wasn't nervous, didn't have time to be nervous. He just got thrown in there because he was playing JV, and all of a sudden he's starting, not just kind of on the team and doing the warm-ups and that type of stuff. And so it's been a quick transition for him, but he's really done a nice job so far.
He sure has. And the biggest change, obviously, when you go up a level, like JV to varsity, the speed and the quickness.
Exactly right.
And the tempo, and obviously the athleticism, everything goes a lot faster.
And for a freshman, the strength factor, too. You're playing some of these teams that have juniors and seniors, and these kids are just about college-level players, and it's tough for a freshman that hasn't really maybe grown up yet to get in the mix and bang around with those players.
But I thought last game against Warren Central, when we were late in that ball game and we needed a big basket, Ankney had a nice drive with that left-handed layup and scored. So you're right, he's growing up real fast.
Yeah, he's going to be good. And they've got a couple good freshmen coming up. I think the Trojans' future is going to be bright.
Foul against Hacker. Stops the clock with 3:04 here in the fourth quarter. 66-51, Center Grove trails. Gonzalez at the line to shoot a couple of free throws. As the Flashes are now in double bonus situation. He's now 0 for 2 from the free throw line today.
Yeah, they haven't shot the free throw. Medrick's 4 for 4, but other than that, they really haven't shot the free throws that great today.
Gonzalez on the season, 70%. Comes back, hits the next one. I have him with 16 points in today's game, and that makes it now 67-51 Franklin Central.
Yep.
Hacker fakes the three, penetrates, double bumps, tries to go off the glass. Very rarely does he get his shot blocked. He's not quite 6 foot. He's 5'11". And now an alley-oop dunk to Jalen Hooks. I think that's his third dunk today.
It is. It's his third. He's gotten the first two off the tip off the game and the first play of the second half. They've had planned calls for him, and that one was not a planned play, but nice look by Aguian to get it to him.
Ankney, good arch on the three, short. Cleared out by the freshman, the rookie, Jalen Hooks. .2:15 to go in the fourth. FC 69, CG 51. Trojans back home next Friday, hosting Lawrence Central. Our next webcast coming up tonight at 7:30. Lady Trojan basketball hosting Franklin Central in the sectional championship. We want to invite everybody to come to the game. If not, please join us online as the Lady Trojans go for their 22nd sectional title in school history, their third straight, and they've won 4 of the last 5 sectionals. Puglisi picks up foul number 3. Javon Small, 16 points today at the line, shooting 2. .5'11" junior, and you're right, Rick. This Franklin Central team, they are young.
Yeah, they're really going to be. I mean, every one of these guys are playing, or other than I think the only guy that I've seen, actually nobody that scored. Whitney has 4 points as senior. Other than that, it's been all underclassmen, and they're going to be a handful next year. They already are now, but as those guys get older and Hooks gets another year older and stronger, this team's got all the makings to be a top 5 team in the state potentially.
17 points for Javon Small. 1 over his average of 16. 70-51, Trojans down 19. Cooney hands it back to Ankney on the pick and roll. Good job by Ankney to recognize Cooney. He's a great passer. Cooney's fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot a couple. Trojans, go ahead.
Cooney does a nice job, too, of kind of using that rim to his advantage. You don't see a lot of big players that are going to try to go straight up and dunk it, and sometimes they get blocked. Cooney knows there's some big guys behind him there, even though he's 6'6", and uses that rim so they can't get the ball up from him, and he gets some buckets that way.
And Cooney rolls off the next one. He's got 12 points. For Center Grove, balanced scoring today. You got Hacker with 9, Bemis with 10, Cooney with 12, and Cerny with 11.
Yep.
So from that standpoint today, Center Grove getting contributions from various players today offensively.
They just ran into a team, especially in the first half, that just was hitting lights out. I mean, I think 7 3-pointers in that first half for Franklin Central.
Franklin Central now going into the true stall now, just weaving out on top. A lot of dribbling, a lot of handing off. We're inside a minute to play. Very impressed by Franklin Central. Again, this could be a rematch in the sectional. Shelbyville will host the sectional this year. Franklin Central, from what I've seen, obviously will be the best team in that sectional. Then you're going to throw in there Center Grove and Greenwood.
Yeah.
Ankney goes baseline, finds Mason Long, 3. Hooks, great job by Hooks. He could have tried to drive that one down and lay it in, but showing great sportsmanship. He just pulls it out with the dribble, and they're going to let this clock run out. Once again, good effort by Center Grove. Ran into a buzzsaw today in this very, very good Franklin Central team, and they were even extra special in that first half, like Rick alluded to. They shot it extremely well and built up that halftime lead of 41-27. And your final score today from the Vandy, 70-52, Franklin Central over Center Grove. For the Flashes, they improved to 11-6 on the season, 5-3 on the road. And for Center Grove, the Trojans now fall to 6-10 overall, 2-5 here on the home court. And with this win by Franklin Central, this does snap a 5-game losing streak against Center Grove. Up next, Rick and I'll be back with our Indy Honda postgame show. This is Center Grove Trojan basketball. Center Grove basketball presented by Indy Honda. Indy Honda serving the Center Grove area for more than 30 years. Choose from more than 500 new Hondas in stock. Lease is starting at $99 a month. Used cars starting at $1,500. For more information, go online at indyhonda.com. Welcome to our Indy Honda postgame show. Final score from the Vandy, 70-52, Franklin Central over the Center Grove Trojans. Scoring summary today. Great start for the Flashes, outscoring Center Grove 25-13 in the first quarter. Center Grove did a better job in the second quarter with 14 points. Franklin Central had 16. It was 41-27 at halftime. Flashes with a commanding lead. In the third quarter, FC 22 points, Center Grove 15. Led 63-42 going into the final quarter. Center Grove outscores the Flashes 10-7 in the final quarter, bringing your final score today 70-52 FC over Center Grove. Trojans back to it next Friday night, hosting Lawrence Central. Big opponents. Bears sit atop the mixed standings, one of the top teams in the state of Indiana. Now we'll go to Rick Sauter, who's got our scores from today's game. Rick?
Sure, Kevin. For the victorious Franklin Central Flashes, they had 7 players score today, 3 in double figures. They were led by junior Javon Small, who had a fantastic game overall, but really was on fire in the first half. He had 17 points, 15 of those coming in the first 16 minutes of the game, and played really kind of got them off the start that they never looked back. Mason Gonzalez had another fantastic game also. He had 16 points. He had 5 3-pointers, and when Trojans were kind of coming back a little bit in that fourth quarter, he had a big 3 to kind of shut down that momentum for Center Grove. Jalen Hooks, a very impressive freshman. He ended up with 15 points. He had 3 dunks and a couple other nice moves inside, and he's going to be a handful going forward. Brian Marshall, sophomore, had a nice game also. He had 8 points. For Franklin Central. They had 6 from Benny Aguillon. He only had, he didn't have any after the first quarter. He had 2 3-pointers and then was pretty quiet otherwise, but they didn't really need his scoring today as much. Jacob Whitney, the senior, had 4 points, and Sam Metter came off the bench to have 4 free throws for 4 points to round out Franklin Central's scoring. For Center Grove, they had 8 players score today. They had 3 players in double figures. They were led by Ben Cooney, who had 12 points, 8 of those coming actually in that first quarter, and he got the Trojans off to a great start. Couldn't quite sustain it, but played a nice game overall. Charlie Bemis had 11 points for Center Grove, did a nice job scoring in 3 of the 4 quarters, had a couple 3-pointers, and played well. Taylor Cerny also had 11 points. He ended up with 3 of those scoring shots were 3-pointers for him, and he was the 3rd double-figure scorer for Center Grove. Landon Hacker had 8 points, actually played a really nice game. He was all over the court as far as steals, had some assists, and he contributed 8 for Center Grove. 4 points for Marcus Ankney, the freshman starter for Center Grove, had 2 free throws and a bucket. 2 points for Mason Long off the bench. We had 2 points for Ethan Jones in the second quarter, and Stephen Puglisi had a bucket in the fourth quarter to round out Center Grove's scoring.
This was the 78th meeting between Center Grove and Franklin Central on the hardwood, and now the Flashes have won 43, Center Grove 35. So it's a pretty evenly matched series through the years. Again, this could be a potential sectional opponent coming up later this month or into March, if you will, down at Shelbyville. So we'll see how things pan out once the draw comes out. But Franklin Central, again, I was impressed by their defense, and their shooting in that first half was also very, very good. So the Trojans, again, will have a week of practice. They'll get ready for Lawrence Central on Friday. Again, just to reiterate what Coach Hahn has said, the motto this year is the march to March. Again, continue to try to march through the season. It's a very challenging schedule. Get better and try to have something there at the end when the sectional time comes around, and try to obviously defend that sectional title. Center Grove has won that sectional championship the last 3 years, trying to make it 4 years in a row. Won't be easy, but that's why you play them, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, Trojans, they'll learn a lot from this game against Franklin Central. Obviously, Franklin Central came out really hot. We were down by 12 at the end of the first quarter, and after that, I mean, we lost by 18, but some of those buckets late by Franklin Central bloomed it back up again. So played them pretty close after that. So again, 3 players in double figures for the Trojans, so that's encouraging, and we'll just keep having at it and hopefully getting better. And as you said, March comes around, you never know what can happen.
Well, tonight, another big one.
Yeah.
Lady Trojans hosting the Lady Flashes, 7:30 sectional championship game tonight in girls basketball, sectional 13. And Coach Stuckmeyer's got the Lady Trojans playing at a very high level. And Rick, the Lady Trojans gave up, 18 points in the first round at Shelbyville, and gave up just 14 points to Whiteland. Actually shut out Whiteland. No points in the second quarter, no points in the fourth quarter last night in the semifinal round. So should be an interesting matchup. They've played earlier in the season opener right here at the Vandy, and CG beat Franklin Central by 8 points. And Rachel Luby, their Miss Basketball candidate and Indiana All-Star candidate, she's an impressive talent. So should be an interesting matchup tonight. So again, Coach Stuckmeyer and the Lady Trojans going for the three-peat, if you will, in the sectional. And they've won 4 of the last 5 sectionals. So it should be an interesting matchup, and we'll be here with the live stream tonight. But Rick, it should be great to finish off this weekend with a sectional title tonight.
I agree. I think Trojans, good to be at home here tonight. Hopefully there's a big crowd tonight. I will be watching your broadcast, Kevin, and hopefully keep the voice going well, which no problem today. Yeah. And should be fun. So good luck to the girls tonight.
Well, Rick, thanks for your work today, and all the best. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thank you.
Today's game was produced by CG Sports Network. Once again, Center Grove falling to Franklin Central here on the home court, 70-52. Center Grove 6-10 on the season. Franklin Central improves to 11-6. Again, our next webcast will be tonight when the Center Grove girls basketball team hosts Franklin Central in the sectional finals at 7:30. Our next boys basketball webcast is next Friday at 7:30 when the Trojans host big opponent Lawrence Central. Until later tonight, this is Kevin Conrad for Rick Sauter saying so long from the Vandy Gym at Center Grove High School.